Welcome out, gamers and gamettes, to this RGLgg Season 14 Invite Highlander match on PL Upward between Froggieland and Squirtyay. We've got two 3-1 teams today looking to duke it out, try to establish some solid playoff seeding, as some unexpected results have led to a lot of the seeds this season being up for grabs. I am Alto, joined by Zag to my side, Dolphin behind the camera, as always. Zag, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, and this is one of those matchups that we have been waiting all season for. You know, like you said, both these teams in playoff contention now. The seeding going to be all jumbled up going into the final few weeks. Right now, Squirtyay, despite all the, we have a three-way tie at second in record for Froggy, League of Legends, and Squirtyay, all 3-1. But Squirtyay is trailing in match points by a decent margin. They're 6 down on League of Legends and 9 down on Froggieland. So if Squirtyay want to be able to get themselves into that third seed position come playoffs, not have to go 4 against 1 in week 1, then they're gonna need to pull out something here on Upward.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to look to do that. And again, that comes from something we did see from them last season, which is just, dropping rounds in games that they won, where last week, I believe, they
dropped to After Dark.
Dropped 3 rounds to After Dark on COD, almost losing that match, which would have likely been one of the bigger upsets I can remember in recent memory, especially something that didn't happen on the last week on CP Steel in a match that didn't matter. Because it feels like every 2 seasons or so, you see one bottom table team win on Steel in a match that doesn't really matter too much for seeding, but that would have had a much bigger impact in the middle of it. So in comes Squirtyay, looking to really kind of redeem themselves some points and try to get back in the hunt for a playoff seed that's higher than 4th right now. As Froggieland, on the other hand, looking to come in, and they still haven't played League of Legends yet either, so in a lot of ways, League of Legends been looking a lot more mortal this season, and if they win this here, they put themselves in position to contest for 2nd seed next week against League of Legends themselves on Call of Asheville. So lots up for play here. Zach, if we want to run down the rosters real quick.
Sure thing. Starting out on the side of Froggieland is going to be Technomo on Scout, Freelander on Soldier, Pyrus on Pyro, Townsy on Demoman, Moist on Heavy, X on Engineer, Virgil on Medic, the SAR on Sniper, and Construed on Spy.
Yep. And then on the side of Squirtyay will be Yate on Scout, Jerry on Soldier, Figsy Pyro, Pickles on Demoman, Nurks on Heavy, DZ Creeper on Engineer, Ray on Medic, Percy on Sniper, and Pajaro on Spy, formerly known as Spoo.
Yeah, and this matchup, so going down the rosters, we know both these teams coming into the season would be playoff contenders. They just have a lot of players who are used to making playoffs and invite by now. Squirtyay, we mentioned that they've dropped some rounds this season. They probably shouldn't have. They haven't looked as strong as we thought a team of this caliber of roster might at their peak. So they've been working their way up. But yeah, those 3 rounds dropped After Dark last week showed pretty negatively on them. And now we're coming into Upward, which is a map that a lot of people know how to play, but very few teams know how to play it really, really well, to the point where it's a strength for them. So I'm interested to see who comes out here with a stronger looking Upward, because at this point, no one really practices that much Upward. It's a map that's been set in stone for a while. We have had meta innovations here and there, but compared to Pru, Vigil, maps that still have a lot to do and a big strength that the teams can make by getting good at those maps, Upward feels like it's kind of getting left behind in thought.
Well, what's funny is that there has actually been a pretty big meta change on Upward last in particular to something that almost feels more reductive in a lot of ways, where we touched on this last season, but since a lot of players are still likely going to be unfamiliar with it, I'll run down the new last hold that we've been seeing show up really quickly, where in the exact words from players from one of the AD remakes, I believe it was last season, if you hold tiles on Upward against a decent team, something goofy is going to happen to your meta eventually that will cause you to lose the hold. You'd think that the best players in the game would be able to prevent it from happening, but it doesn't. Some spam gets in, someone just rushes up backstairs in the brief second your heavy's not looking, a soldier gets up Harry Potter and forces your med, and then suddenly you're on the back foot, you're forced to leave, go back, and you're playing from spawn on lower numbers. So then said, why not give up tiles completely and resort to the pub hold, where we just tank our sniper and do everything we can to help him win the SVS. Where the hold has a flaw in theory, that is, if the defensive sniper loses the SVS, the offensive sniper, having all of tiles for free, is able to just take as many shots as he wants onto the defensive sniper. That is one of the ways you end up breaking this hold. However, all anyone on defense has to do is just spam, call, and make the offensive sniper's life miserable. You have the dispenser block while the combo sits upper, so there's no need to worry about spies or rushing. Ubers can only really come in through tracks, so there's no real threat from an Uber. All you have to do is get your wrangled gun, your pyro detonators, your soldier playing in boxes, your spy, your demo. All just, they see the sniper peeking, spam the ever living hell out of him. Make his life miserable, make it so that your sniper can't lose the SVS, and their Ubers can't do anything. So, yes, meta innovation, but if you ask almost anyone in Invite right now, they'll say that it is not enjoyable to play as or against this new hold.
Yeah, and a lot of things can go wrong with teams kind of, now shifting back into the mentality of doing the pub hold, where you'll see teams like try to control more space by having combo play outside of their spawn, see if they can spam through the main door. Sometimes that causes Minix to randomly explode or get sniped. Just disasters tend to happen a lot on Upward, and I think of any map, any stopwatch map at least, Upward probably has the most moments on last that just devolve into the pub, like the pub last push, where everyone, like all 18 players, are sacking onto the cart over and over again.
Yeah, and I mean, those are always some of the most hype moments, but when everyone's sitting up top, it makes it so much more difficult for anyone in offense to really have an impact. You're really relying on your sniper to get a lot of room. Maybe your spy finds something big, your soldier gets a big bomb off, your demo gets big spam, because there's a number of classes that almost, it feels like they don't have a whole lot to do, other than just pray that they don't get killed on card.
Yep, and we do have note that we're going to be starting in just a minute here. I want to take a real quick look at the players looking to make an impact here. It's Highlander, right? Scouts, Sniper, and Demo are the trifecta. If they play well, you can win the entire game. I'm really looking at Townsy here to be a standout for Froggieland, because he's going against Pickles right now. I'm not sure if Pickles has been the main domain the entire season. I see Dolphin has like a question mark on the dock, so might be just kind of slotting in wherever they need her. But Townsy's shown a lot of ability to play really high DPM like battle demo, but payload is a different beast in a way where the timing and the placement of your spam matters a lot more than hitting it like off cooldown. If you can get the right spam at the right places at the right times, you can insta win points for your team, and I'm looking at him to be able to do that.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I'm glad you highlighted the demos, because I think the last time we casted Squirtyay, we were looking at Pickles to be that big player. I think that would have been week 1 against Lemons, I want to say. And Pickles, surprisingly for us, because she's not a demo player by trade, stepped up and had a fine performance. It was just a lot of the rest of the team that was kind of lacking. But I'm still going to be looking at Pickles and Nurks in particular on combo to put up a good fight, hold Townsy, Moist, and Virgil, who I'd have ranked better on paper, in check, and leave room for Yate and Percy and Pajaro, who I think may have more of an impact and more of a chance to really flip this match on its head.
And we will be starting out here, match underway with Squirtyay on red side defending, and then Froggieland on blue going to be pushing upward to start off here. Crit stickies going down. They're going to go on the cart and on the doorways. The insecurity stickies. Will anyone feed into them is always the question.
Yeah, feels like in Invite someone's always dead to those stickies. Just
mission begins.
It's almost like a running joke at this point. Like, oh, he's put stickies down. Everyone run out. See if you can get past them.
Now, I want to see what Froggieland do on this first, because we see a lot of variations of what you can do pushing upward first. You can sack a lot of players instantly. You can just push the card up, try to get a sap and exchange fast. You can maybe position your sniper really heavily and hope he can win the SVS before you go. So the tempo of what teams take upward first varies a lot, and I want to see what Froggy do here.
There's some tech that we've been researching down in Maine that I'm hoping we can see. But remains to be seen. It involves the bonk as Conster gets his knife melted, but Sar wins the SBS off the bat in a really good spot. Conster decloaking in, looking to just gun down DZ. Not gonna get it though. Gets reverse popped by Jerry, goes down, but DZ gets chipped out by Moist. That gun goes down. No NG, no gun, no sniper, and already out of spawn is Virgil right now for Froggieland. Things going really well.
Yeah, they were trying to go fast, but they lost a bit too many players in that sack, so going to have to regroup, going to have to get their spawners up. We do see Percy is back in time from that teleport, going to be scoping down any pick he could make here to kind of stall this would be big for his team. But now all 18 players are alive. Headshot onto Freelander, so Percy already making an impact here. They want to use this Uber right now, Virgil over the hill. They're so scared of Percy, and Percy doubles up onto Exa. Now Uber's come out and DZ drops!
That's DZ on Engineer, buddy, not on Med, so no Wrangler, but the Uber's still there right there for Ray. As Pyro gonna get on to Moist and one other kill. I didn't see that as it went out of the town feed, or the kill feed, excuse me, but good cleanup coming in there by Jerry. Sar will pick him off, so no potential banner. Not sure if he was on that, but that is gonna be the soldier dead in the post fight. But yeah, DZ, thankfully, not getting stabbed, not as a
he's been a medic for the past 3 seasons or something. Percy's still making work here. He's headshot Exa twice now, so Exa, no impact with his mini sentry at all. Contrute on him, but knife melted. Not gonna be able to get that kill. Contrute goes down. So now Percy just a menace, standing up top on this playground area, doing work. Headshots onto Moist again. And now Percy, ever since he lost that SVS, he's gonna get mad. He's been ramping up.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of the times, you want to play upward first, you get their sniper, you think you're going to win the point, but you get their sniper so early, you can't really capitalize on it till he's still up. As long as Percy doesn't die again, no problems there to really be had, as Virgil out of spawn, still just hadn't been healing for quite some time. But even Uber's coming up for both teams, as Constant looking to go get something. Sees the angle.
Melted. He switched knife, nice! And he gets a 2K, Percy and Nurk. That's why you're doing the Spicicle, by the way. And then he's gonna immediately get 2 and shut down this player on hold. Uber forced out of Ray here, keep people out, but Contrute triples up, taking down DZ, and the Syndicate goes down as a result. Contrute solo winning that point for his team.
Yeah, really big stabs, and again, good job to switch off of Spicicle there. Doesn't get either of those kills if that happens. I do want to point out, I think we're wrong on the rosters. It looks like TK is playing Pyro for Squirtyay. So TK, though, we saw him on that home wrecker, which may come into play later on, especially with how often DZ's been dying. So bit of a good change there. The Power, we're going to trade out on Townsy. We'll stall a lot of momentum from this forward push, but Yate dead as well, so numbers in favor of Froggieland.
That said, Sar, big headshot onto right, trying to back off the angle, just hits that headshot barely, and he's going to take down the enemy medic. Percy will die as well, so now big advantage in man and heals right now for Froggieland.
Look at Nurks. Nurks and Lower Cliff on Technomo. Oh, going to get caught out and shotgun down. That could have been a funny play in the making. Going to be sniffed out and extinguished, though. But Jerry still in tunnel right now, keeping Cart unpushed. Gonna hold this battalion as well for his own survival, but backstabbed by Moist, a little bit too forward there. As in comes in, Apollo not able to find the kill onto Moist. Yeah, just 10 health left. Uber comes out though onto Townsy, gets juggled, popped up, launched back, not gonna be off the cliff though. TK doing his best to cause havoc in this Uber, and Townsy will jump out, but the space may have been made already. Pickles playing wide, not gonna go down. Will stay alive actually, so no, maybe TK did enough to stall that.
Yeah, Townsy spamming from balcony. Percy's back alive on the bridge, scoping it down, so being on the cart is a dangerous proposition for now. Townsy gonna get 1 HP'd and forced backwards. In the meantime, Sar finds a pick onto Yate, which is something to work with. No scout means you're pretty free to walk on the cart as long as you don't get headshot. We do see Technomo take the cart pressure, but Townsy overextends and trades for DZ though. That's a pretty alright trade. You can get the sentry gun, and it will be a silver jump forward, and that's enough to get the cap.
Yeah, that gun was a lot further back than you normally see, and I think it took Townsy out by surprise, but again, DZ continually finding himself in the respawn chamber on defensive engineer, which is not a good sign. It's at least really aggro third hold, though, coming out right now. Ray and everyone sitting on this forward deck with Nurks and Jerry playing aggro on catwalk. Moy's going to try to push them out, but sees what's there, first back.
He finds a Pyro face stab, trying to burn out the medic. He will get taken down. We'll finally come to TK though.
But wait a second, Pipe super low with Uber, gonna be forced back right there. Gets the pack, but it will end this forward hold. Nurks and Jerry still on Cat, gonna pop this battalions, but 30% damage reduction, nothing into an Uber. Nurks goes down. Bucket is claimed for Froggieland. Pyro's trying to get in deep, but we'll just sit on the ground.
Freelander doubles up onto Pajaro and Nurks there, clearing out the Bucket heavy and taking on the Spy is a great way to get your team space. And now they're going to take Bucket with the help of Freelander. Moist's going to get in there as the cart rounds the final bend here. And just like that, this point looks in favor of Froggieland. They're going to be able to cap this one up pretty quickly, all things considered. It's going to be, what, a 5.5, 6 minute time, which that's about normal, if not a little bit fast.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably looking closer to 5 here, more than 5.5. That was a really well, just, pushed third. Constantly aggro, always in, always good positioning. 5.5, but still, yeah. Definitely I'd say on the quicker end, considering that first took them probably the most time out of any point so far, really.
Yeah, but now walking into tiles, like you mentioned at the top of the show, the only person from the defense there is going to be the soldier, kind of holding it very, trying to build the battalions and then maybe jump out. He has a sniper on him though, very scared to move. He sees it on the wall, he doesn't want to get a headshot here and lose his charge. We'll end up jumping back to the crates for now. As both men charging for Uber, they're going to be up right now.
Yeah, and again, this offensive Uber here does not have a lot of value. They're going to use in through main, and just, you can see Townsy trying to do damage. He gets a little bit of damage onto Nerds. The Uber will be popped off. Pixels drops down here, but Concert Moist already dead. Freelander going to be next, and no frags to be found. Combo is down on the ground right now, but not playing too forward. No, desire to move into upper, even though it's sitting there. So they're just going to back up, go back up, jump into up towards pub spot, and happy to sit there since it's so difficult for anyone to get into this.
Yeah, and Percy's on another 4K. He's been the brightest spot of this defense, and as I said, I have to curse him, and he immediately loses the SBS. So with that, now Froggieland have uncontested reign of high ground. They're going to be able to walk Sar into upper. He has a sticky on him for now, but they can just walk him out, scope in, and see if he can get any picks here while his sniper counterpart is dead.
Yeah, Sar still just trying to get a shot in through the window. We'll take out the gun, though, which is just as big. Nerds goes down from Moist in lower, and with that sniper down, they can all sit out in main to spread out with the gun. Yeah, they're in the cart close.
Takes down the gun, but now will be a jump onto the cart from TK. Level 2 from the offensive engine going to take him down, and now it's just the remaining players trying to jump on it. Pickles, the only one left. Get some people off the cart. Paris goes down, but Uber out here. It's just Pajaro left. Gonna get chipped down. That's the cap in 7-10. Definitely on the fast end here of average, so pretty good time overall from Froggy.
Yeah, and I mean, for a while, you saw what, you can do in this hold, where even after Sar got the shot onto Percy, just wasn't able to really get much of a peak going on anything other than the gun with the amount of spam that was coming in, but the damage had already been done, right? So if Percy doesn't lose that SVS, they're not allowed to spread out like that. They're not allowed to get that much pressure on the gun. And things, are probably looking very differently. But again, that SVS is very defensive sniper favored there, because all the spotlights on the offensive sniper, everyone knows that's what he's trying to do. That's your win con. So in a lot of ways, the defensive sniper needs to make sure that he's not losing that SVS. And if you're not confident in the aim battle, you just don't have to take it. You stay alive, the offense still can't spread out. And it's less of, you needing to get a lot of kills as defensive sniper as much as you needing to not die.
Right now, Sar is second bottom on the scoreboard for his team, only above the Pyro on offense. That said, he had the 2 most important kills of the round, sniping the medic on that second rock, and then the sniper SBS on last. So it's about the quality of the frags, we always say, not the quantity, and Sar definitely found the shots he needed there.
Yeah, and I mean, both of the pick classes, really, right? Constru got them first.
Yeah, he got them first. And
then got the Pyro on third, too, which really triggered that, so pick classes for Froggieland really doing a lot right now. And it's really damaging Squirtyay that they're never at 99 for a lot of these fights, it feels like.
Yeah, Constru's going to immediately get flamed down, though, so at a 98 for them right now. They are going to need to push this in less than 7 minutes from here on out. We'll see if they can do it. Pajaro immediately gets lit on fire on his walk, so he's not going to be able to do anything. And Townsend's sticky is going to end up getting a 2K.
I don't know if that was a trap or just a well-placed sticky that got 2 kills, but yeah, the sack, a bit of a kind of a misfire there on the sack from Pickles. Yeah, didn't really get too far and landed directly in front of the gun on a sticky and instantly exploded. So, with 6.5 minutes, you may have time to run another sack. We'll see if they decide to do that. But no, it looks like Ray is going to come out, or at least is considering it. No, maybe not. That's against it. We'll sit back
up here. I think they're just trying to get a force. They're trying to feint they want to push and get a force. And with Percy finding a sniper onto the Sar, that's a really good. They're just going to have Ray walk out now and go for the exchange the second they can.
Yeah, they'd already killed Constru too, so know that he's not going to be too great in a position.
They just lost Percy to they just lost 2. Now they're going to go. Okay. It's now a man this side for them. They're going to go into the sentry gun, getting air blasted. Great denials here coming out from Pyrus, and he even traps Pickles in the corner. Pickles not able to escape. Why did they wait so long to go?
I don't know. Maybe it felt almost like they were waiting for the tele exit to go down. That went down, and they went in. Connor coming in, sapping the gun in pose. But I doubt it's going to be enough. Yeah,
everything was so mistimed. They got the SBS pick. Ray walked out, and they just AD'd in front of the tracks for a good 5-10 seconds.
Apollo dodge? Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. They had the sniper pick. They didn't wait for Constru, or Apollo, to come back from spawn to sap the gun, so I'm not sure what they were waiting. Apollo will go and sap it though, and no damage at all. Maybe just was forced into it, but Percy going to find Moist. Townsy goes down as well, 2 nerfs. So the kills are coming through, but more in the favor of Froggieland. Construed on Ray, gonna get taken out. But so many kills, and look how forward Sar is right now. All the way up on flank, takes the shot onto Yate, and he's gonna back off. Got what he wanted, and go, oh, aggro peek onto Hill.
Yeah, the pick classes there got 4 kills, just completely shutting that down. And at this point, with only 5 minutes left on the clock and 4 points to go, things are looking a bit dire for Squirtyay. It's not that this isn't possible. They just have to be really, really good from here on out. And the pick onto Moist will help them get things rolling here.
Yep, Ubers come out here, and they do have an advantage right now. But great air blast just sends them into flank. No good hill positioning. Pyrus a little bit maybe too forward in that post. Will get taken out, but Jerry and DZ went down, so even numbers right now. 7v7. The gun is still alive, but it looks like they are going to back up, not confident in the hold. And I mean, they almost got half their clock time off of first.
Yeah, you'll take that any day of the week if you are Froggy here. Sar getting a bit aggressive here. He's all alone. He's going for a peek. Doesn't end up hitting it, but will be able to get out of dodge just in time. So both meds perfectly even on Uber, going to hit 50%. And now it's 4 minutes left for 3 points for Squirtyay to do. Again, still doable. They just have to be really good from here on out. Sar is standing on top of this rock here. If he's on call, he's going to get a freebie, and that is a good shot onto Percy.
Yep, no sniper means they can play wide. DZ is going to go down. It looks like by tunnel, question mark? Maybe on hill. Paharo found out as well, so no pick class is able to do anything. And again, just the pick classes for Froggy continue to do a lot for them. Not so much coming back from Squirtyay. Jerry trying to go for a bonker, but their stickies directly above the cliff entrance. I'm not sure if he's aware of that. Spam now coming in. They will look to get spread out on hill here. Percy going in. Ray forced really early. Thinks that was either spam or a body shot. Townsy coming in now, and with a lot of flashes coming through. This is a way better Uber for Red. Squirtyay has to vacate the area. That is going to be Pickles playing really aggressive for holding the space. Pajaron gets his knife melted, but the pressure is starting to come in from hell.
Yeah, Baron feeling the construct going to go in, but gets melted, not going to be able to find anything on this play. Ray's 1 HP from some revolver shots, but the banner going to keep everybody on Froggy alive, and Sar now on a 5k, going to take down Percy for a second straight life. So defense holding strong here. Neither man ended up dying, so Squirtyay will get another chance, but again, this time is a very big concern.
I mean, still theoretically possible. You could cap first to last at under 250 and upward, but, you know, this is Invite Highlander, not an empty personal server, so really going to need to see something happen and quick if you're Squirtyay, if they want to salvage this half.
They're just walking it up dry. They know they need space right now. They can't wait for this Uber. They can't afford it. All going to group up next to the rock. They are doing some good pressure here. Going to get a lot of good spam onto the defense. Your DZ and Pickle's going to go down, though. Technoma's Bleed has gotten at least 3 kills. Percy finds a really big snipe onto the Townsy in very close range. That was a pretty good shot. But now Uber going to come out from the defense. It's a solo onto Technoma here. But he gets Skybox. Not even finding things. Sar, another snipe onto Percy as the level 3 sentry from Exa is untouched.
Yeah, Construct found Percy in the back of that, though, so they can play wide without having to worry about that sightline. Nurk's coming in, though, taking a lot of space on hill. That's a lot of pressure and a lot of health. Walking forward at them. Moist, not in the greatest position, will go down. And Sar on a 7k may not end up mattering as they get forced off of the aggressive hold. Back onto the passive deck. Finds another onto DZ before going down to
Percy.
But yep, gets the pick onto Virgil. So with just under 2 minutes on the clock, Cart's still in tunnel. There is a ghost of a chance for Squirtyay, and they're going to have to capitalize on it.
Yeah, Contrary picks off Percy, so we'll not be able to get any forward with this offensive sniper. And the cap going to come through here, a minute and a half. Still technically possible, but the card has to not stop moving pretty much at all for them to get it through. They need to one-shot this third hold, but they do have a full Uber, so they can do it. It's possible. We need to see them walk out and get kills, but Sar standing tall once again takes down Nurks immediately. I feel like Nurks has been a walking respawn timer this entire round.
Yeah, had a couple points where he's gotten some good pressure, like on that second push right there, but has not really been setting up. They come in in the Uber, they're TK, gets the Uber to try to blow them back, but Pyrus is just winning the air blast battle, and that may be the world's saddest Uber, with Pickles getting reflect pipe killed and Pyro getting glow sticked on the back end of that. Whatever ghost of a chance Squirtyay had in this half has fully been exercised, as Sar's going to land a shot onto Yate, no more card pushers, and pad your stats, boys. We have X's gun on flank.
Yeah, that's a cheeky thing to just get some stat padding going. And even if it is technically possible here, all Froggy have to do is sack onto card over and over. So yeah, this is going to be a round in favor of Froggy. Pretty well played overall from them. There was, I don't want to say it's exclusively weakness from Squirtyay because it really just felt like Froggy had this one on lock.
Yeah, Froggy's playing, I mean, it's a bit of both, right? Sometimes you say, oh, this team's playing poorly, sometimes this team's playing well. I think it's both in this case. I mean, the pick classes on Froggieland are doing so much right now. SAR actually isn't as far up on the scoreboard as I would have thought, but has been playing really solidly.
Considering he had 11 points after the defense, after the offense, he's found 21 points on defense.
I don't know if we just got the gun on outside of Shithouse knocking Ray, an Ubered Ray off the map, I think? I just saw. I hope someone clips that if that is what just happened. A little bit of chaos right at the end there. But yeah, first half we'll go over to Froggieland quite convincingly.
Yeah, and convincing is the best way to put it, right? Even if there were moments where fights could have gone either way, at the end of the day, Froggy won every coin flip exchange. They won everything that could have gone in their favor to give themselves a better time. Most importantly, like we talked about the pick classes already, but it really has been a lot of work coming in from Construed on first, and SAR just demolishing the medic on second, winning the SVS on last, and then putting on a clinic on defensive sniper. The rest of the squad has been doing well as well, but it really just feels like the key players are stepping up for Froggy.
Yeah, taking the lug. SAR's 18-7. X is 14-3. I mean, engineer kills are always kind of like, well, they're probably your gun, so if they're walking into the gun and dying, it's a symptom of your team doing well. But Exa had 3 deaths and went 14-3. Who had the same damage as DZ Creeper, who went 1-15. So a tale of 2 engineers here on PL Upward. Yeah, but I mean, DZ died more times on first defense alone than Exa, or as many times as Exa did in the entire half as DZ died just on first.
Yeah, I mean, DZ topped at the server more than Spies by a long, or no, not by more than Construed. Construed has 2 more, but yeah, the biggest thing to point out here though is that Townsy is demolishing. It's 500 DPM compared to what it was like 250 for
360,
Pickles.
360, but
it was fixed, yeah, updated, but yeah, still 150 DPM gap coming in for Townsy. He's just doing a lot. I mentioned at the top of the show that I'm looking at him to be able to really control the game as what I'd say on paper is the stronger demo man this season. So he's definitely delivering his end of the bargain.
Yeah, doing exactly what he needed to, getting kills. He's not dying in bad situations, which I think hasn't really had any of these like crazy exclamation point moments. I don't really think he's needed to with the pace of this game, but yeah, nothing. I mean, when your team's rolling, all you really need to do is just not be a liability, and no one on Froggy's been a liability.
And we will see if Squirtyay can do a little bit better after this brief break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the second half and potentially third of this Upward match.
Gamers and Game, it's this RGLgg Invite Highlander match where we just saw Froggieland take a dominating 1-0 lead over Squirtyay here on PL Upward. I'm Alto, Zag by my side, Dolphin behind the camera as always, as we go right back into this match where Squirtyay, you know, we saw last season, right, that they were shaky in the regular season, dropping rounds to teams that maybe they shouldn't have been, but they really picked it up in playoffs. And the whole narrative was like, when they're on, they're really good, but they're not always on. I don't know if I'm seeing the same thing this season, Zag. It feels like this Squirtyay roster just does not have as high of a ceiling as last season's did, where they came second.
Yeah, I mean that is the thought here with what we've seen them so far this season. They've played kind of they haven't played up to the level of the other potential playoff opponents that we've seen, and they've been playing down to the level of teams we wouldn't expect to make playoffs right now. So it feels like they're kind of just solid mid-table, which for a team that has high aspirations isn't what you want to see. That said, they still have another chance to get this one going. They still are in contention for playoffs pretty solidly. We didn't mention at the top of the show, but they actually are in threat of dropping out of playoffs. RR is sitting, I think, 6 points down on them. So if Squirtyay get 0-2 here and go down 9, and let's say RR win their match, I don't know who they're playing, and just get 6, that's the gap closed right there. So Squirtyay, at minimum, they want to try and get around here. Otherwise, they're a 3-2 team that is basically tied with the 5th place team.
It's worth noting, though, that Squirtyay already beat RR, and I believe it was a 2-0 on Vigil. So, one of the things you have to keep in mind is that records at a round robin aren't always the most indicative, because what matters more is who you've played and who you haven't, versus what your record is. Kind of exemplified by somebody sitting at 0-4 right now, when arguably they were competing with Squirtyay for the 4th playoff seed. But yeah, I mean, with the amount of rounds that they have dropped in their wins, it is completely possible. I think there's a world where somebody even sitting at 0-4 as they are right now, can come back, get that 3-4 record if they 9-0 all their remaining matches, and if Squirtyay drops rounds to, I think it's Mountain Standard Time they haven't played yet, and they lose their other matches,
can still make playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not as far fetched as that might think. Like there is a significant amount of timelines, maybe not a majority, but a significant amount where Squirtyay, despite going 4-3 and having a better record than somebody does not end up making playoffs.
Yeah, and back on Froggieland, because we're expecting them to. If I had to put money, I'd say they win this round too. They've just been the stronger team, and I'd say they're favored overall. Based on what we know, they have a chance to contest for 1st seed, but they need help from someone else taking, I think, 1 round on payload or 2 rounds off of Fast 4th. So Froggieland, even if this match doesn't end up mattering itself, it could have the effect of propelling them into 1st if the stars align. So they definitely want to close this one out clean here, and they're going to try to do so on defense.
Yeah, and more so they want to close it out clean to just ensure that they have the best shot of getting that 2nd seed, even if 1st isn't necessarily in the cards for them, because it's not in their own hands. They haven't played somebody Lemons yet, so 2nd seed is in their own hands. But Power are going to find Townsy immediately. Pickles killed herself on the sack.
Probably did some collateral sticky damage. It's fine. Yeah, and Gun got rescue rangered back to the standard spot by Exa. It was in that forward minecart spot, so gonna be resetting on defense here. Pyrus did go down late, though. No Pyro means if he can't get there in time, the air blast is not gonna be in for the Uber. Uber gonna come out now. They're gonna try to go before Pyrus is here, and they're not getting air blasted, but they can't quite get in as deep as they want to. Counter out from Ray and Townsy, gonna be walking back in, Virgil and Townsy, excuse me. But Percy, in the meantime, is taking over. 3 headshots onto Moist, Sar, and Townsy, clearing this one out. He saw Contrud win the point for his team in the 1st half. He said, I can do that too.
Yeah, and I mean, they kind of needed Percy to salvage that. That Uber was not what you wanted to see. You felt like even though Pyrus was dead, his ghost was still air blocking them back as they just refused to take any meaningful ground. But 3 kills is really all you need in an Uber fight. That 96 is enough for the walk call to go out. Everyone goes forward. That's going to be it, as they're aggressive on hill right now. Construd tries for the jump stack, can't get it. Not found out, though. He can go again, but no, Percy just loses the FPS to Sar.
From Freelander is out. They're trying to get aggressive. He just gets shredded by Pickle's sticky bomb. That said, his team is doing the work and cleaning up. But Paro finds a massive pick in the backline, takes down Virgil. That's the only one that matters in the end. And now they're going to get to charge up Ray on 95%. It's going to be a full Uber ad for Squirtyay.
Despite the really good play coming out of Froggy to use that banner to retake hill, ultimately, with their med going down, it just turns into an overly elaborate sack play from Squirtyay, which gets them an Uber ad right now. So they're sitting on full ad, They've given up a lot of ground on hill, admittedly, but they still have this full Uber to do what they want.
They're 9-man
I like this. This is spicy. They're gonna come right out of main with it.
Yeah, onto the Sentry right now. Good air blast being done by Pyrus from above. He's just stuffing this entirely. Gun finally gonna get sapped, and it does get taken down. In the meantime, Nerfs, Jerry, Pickles, Yate all gonna drop off the back of Pyrus's amazing play to get above the Uber and air blast it downwards.
That's a really heads-up play. That is a play that you're not likely gonna see again come through. I was thinking about how I feel like if you have Uber, a tunnel is not, that bad of an option for just getting there really direct without too many sightlines, but one thing I did not consider is the over air blast, just forcing you down, not letting you go anywhere, which Pyrus expertly does. Not sure if that was rehearsed or just good instincts, but really, really solid play there. He ate that Uber single-handedly.
Freelander with another banner, gonna prompt his team to repush, try to get some space on this hill. They will lose Technomo and Sar. In the meantime, they will end up getting nerfed, so bit of an even trade, but more kills coming over for Squirtyay as Pajaro takes down Sar at the very end. With the Sentry going down, this one's gonna go in favor of Squirtyay, even though Virgil has Uber. I'm not sure if they want to pop out here with 4 down.
Yeah, it probably ends up with Virgil dying in the post fight. Oh no, but they are going. Pirates can be the first winner. Det jumps in, but gets dropped. Freelander going in as well, and yeah, they're not going to lose Virgil in the post, it looks like, but not a good use
A bit ambitious. You had no space in that point. You had to just dead jump your Pyro, jump your Soldier out. They immediately get shredded because your med can't get the beam back on them, and they essentially waste that Uber. Ray still has full charge, so that really didn't do much for the side of Frog. I can appreciate the thought playing aggressively, not, fighting for every inch, as we like to say, but that one might have been a bit too much.
It worked before because they had more space before that,
yeah,
and they
no
had
space.
the Freelander better. This time, no space, no nothing.
And Pajaro continuing the picks, gets a pick onto Sar, shutting down his defensive sniper. Sar hasn't gotten to do anything this round. He's sitting at 3 points, bottom of the scoreboard overall.
Yeah, Pajaro really stepping up. Uber comes in, almost launches Pickles off the cliff with a sticky bomb, it looked like, but she will barely stay on the ledge. Pyrus and X are both dead. And yeah, no sniper, no NG, no demo, no pyro. Uber's gonna come back in here, but it's just Technomo gonna try to chase out Ray, and he's gonna be just body blocked by Townsy. Nothing with this Uber. That's 2 duds in a row for Froggieland and Squirtyay. And this is in this match. Jerry in the back line finds Technomo.
What was that? They did a big Uber with 3 people alive. They originally had 3 people alive. Townsy finished cratering in their backline. They lost 3 immediately. That was a 3-4 player alive Uber solo into the scout. They just get nothing. And just like that, Squirtyay turning this match on its head. Gonna be getting the fastest time through 3 we've seen.
Yeah, I'm kind of wanting to see someone go up maybe the drop down right now while it's still open. Could do some good damage.
Loose cannon.
Loose cannon, that is.
Yeah, I heard a cannon.
Loose cannon, my love.
He just just spy on his face. I love it. We both love the loose cannon here on this stat. Such an underused weapon and has so many spots where it can be really, really good. CP steal. But yeah, either way, Ray gonna have still 50% regret to work with. Virgil still needs to charge a bit. Sar getting aggressive into Harry Potter. See if he can find an angle. If you can find a shot here on the med, it'd be huge. He has the angle. Not gonna get it right now. They're just gonna try to get up to tiles here with a couple players.
Yeah, interesting that they are opting for the tiles hold here. Maybe just taking the opportunity, want to mix it up, not do the same thing over and over again. As Pajaro looks to cloak in, actually does get randomly hit by a sentry rocket. DZ gets sniped off of Prince, that's one that's garbage. The Uber comes out backstairs. Virgil gets just in time to save Moist, who's getting launched down. And not too much ground going to be found on this. Jerry gets taken up by Freelander on the side in Spiral, but that's going to be it. Pretty wet noodle Uber.
Yeah, and it doesn't even dislodge the defense from upper, so we mentioned that something silly eventually happens, but remember, Tiles was the hold for 10 years plus, because it is still very good. Banner comes out from Freelander, but they
DZ creeper fragging out! DZ finds Moist, and Sar jumps up and then just gets out Harry Potter! Can't call him a magician, he's a wizard, Harry! Goes in, finds the picks he needs, Froggieland is wiped, and that's gonna be an easy cap for Squirtyay.
Have you ever just seen a 5 HP engineer run up backstairs and shotgun 2 people?
Get the back and get out and more healthy ran in with. Yeah, that... I think back to what I was told. No matter how good you are, something goofy's gonna happen in backstairs, and that is... Print that picture out and frame it on a wall. Because that was the textbook definition of why teams are no longer holding a tile.
Yeah, even if you can deny Uber better from there than you can in other spaces, like in front of the point, or in front of the choke leading into last, something stupid. It's always something stupid, and it just completely dislodges everything. They were looking good there until that happened. We saw they held the Uber pretty well. Freelander got his second banner there on defense and popped it out, but as he did, Yate runs in top, 2 shots Freelander when his banner's done, then DZ runs up backstairs, 2 shots 2 other people, and just like that, they lose 3. They have no more room to control upper, and yeah, something silly takes them down. So 6:22 through 4 all the way. The fastest time we've seen so far, Square put themselves in a phenomenal position to potentially tie things up and maybe get some points.
Yeah, it's just the thing you're kind of worried about is that, like, 6:22 is a great time, but it's not a time where you're like, alright, you're not beating that.
Yeah, they start to play well, right? At least as well as they did in the first half. Because remember, they did a 7-10 defense first half. So if they can match that, they'll be taken around. Constru got lit on fire immediately. He's 1 HP. He got body shot. He's just dead. Shredded down. Percy as well, gonna follow up with the shot into Sar. So starting strong right now for the side of Squirtyay.
Zach coming in from Townsy on the parachute.
The ball sack!
It's pretty standard. You'll see that a lot. Getting out of the gun before
in a while.
Really? I feel like I see that every time we play Upward.
I haven't seen it the past 2 seasons, no?
Have I casted Upward the past 2 seasons? I'm not sure I have. Maybe, who knows? Anyway, Pickles will get sniped out there by Sar. Big pick to open things up with that gun beam down as well. DZ looking to rebuild, already has it at level 2, which will be a boon for that defense. But Virgil, is out of spawn. Townsy walking over hill. Uber's going to be used right here. Going to try to get in.
Easy backstall into DZ. Gun going to get sapped immediately. Counter Uber comes out here from Ray, taking this one to try and get some damage. But it's a Uber into Jerry right now. Sapper will get taken off the gun, but it's still alive. Contra goes back in and picks Ray. There's no way he gets away with it twice and finally finishes off the gun this time. So twice in a row, Contra basically just solo winning it for his team.
Yeah, and we saw Contra win the first hold again on offense in that first half. Doing it again really has the mojo on this point. Townsy sitting up on Abe Lincoln right now, looking for an arrow maybe. And
That's right.
I missed it.
Funny. Either way, Sar taking a minecart angle, trying to get a peek. We need to see Squirrel get aggressive here, and they do. Percy dominating Sar now 4 in a row onto a sniper counterpart, and with that, they are scared as hell to peek over this hill.
Yeah, but even with the sniper advantage, they're still just kind of walking forward. Concert will get caught out, but they are going to find, who was that? That was Pajaro inside tunnel.
Yeah, traded his life
shot at, yeah.
That's a pretty good trade, though. You'll take that one. As Uber aggressively coming out here from the side of Froggy. TK goes forward, but ends up going down for his trouble. 65% on Ray. If they get some spawners and get out here, they will have Uber add, but aggressiveness coming out. Percy, 5th straight kill on Thesar. Winning SBS as both soldiers trade out on the side. So defense trying to get some ground here, trying to take anything they can. In the meantime, Froggy getting up aggressive. Townsie's doing his best.
Yep, Pajaro looking from behind as well, but Consford finds 2 again. That's exactly what you want as an offense. Your spy just
Spy will win everything for you.
I don't have to do anything. Just close my eyes, hold W key, and then let my spy do all the dirty work.
Why do 8 of our players have to play well when only 1 does? It's so easy.
Exactly. Why not? Why not just do that all the time? I don't understand why more spies don't just consistently pull 2Ks on high value targets.
Percy with a double headshot on Sar. He is destroying him in this half. That's his 6th straight kill on the enemy sniper. 6 SDSs in a row. Townsy gonna go down to Yate, chasing him down over the top. So his defense holding strong right now. Ray does have Uber. It came out from Virgil, but it didn't actually do anything. They got forced in the house.
Yeah, not really a solid Uber there as Ray finds sitting on that 100%. Constru not able to snap his fingers and make 2 people disappear this time. So, Froggieland gonna have to reach a little bit deeper into their bag of tricks for how to push this point, so they don't just have an instant 97.
Yep, Exa and Moist getting the cart up to that final bend here, taking under the tunnel. Jay doing a lot of damage though. Gonna take down Exa and force Moist off it for now. In the meantime, Constru coming around the back. Can he find the same fix? Goes into Percy, gets a free sniper pick, shutting down that dominant force.
Yeah, they got pick onto Pickles, Pajaro, and Yate as well. So 4 dead for the defense. Gonna force the banner out from Jerry. Moist by Shithouse. Gonna munch on that banana real quick and heal back up. As the cart now getting pushed up the last hill, and despite the great offense, Froggieland has come back, and in the back through the upper pick classes, they're gonna catch Ray. Uber's not not enough!
Yeah, TK's too late. He didn't go fast enough when DZ going down the gun. It was stuck in wrangle animation, so it couldn't shoot anybody. That's just a completely wasted opportunity from Squirtyay, and we might be looking at one of the biggest throws I've seen in a while.
I mean, not over. It's not over yet. Still 2 minutes on last is easily doable. But, you know, we saw what happened last time. Percy lost the SBS the first time it came up.
And it's a loss.
You just need to not lose the SBS. Simply do not get counter-sniped.
Yeah,
it's very easy win con here.
Yep. That said, Virgil with 100%, that's a 50% Uber ad they'll get to use to do whatever they want with.
Counter-espionage,
huge. If my team's having fun with it, yeah, I'll do it myself. And there's Percy starting up, takes down Pyrus, Uber in through main, just trying to get whatever damage they can. Like you mentioned, offensive Uber kind of low value when it comes down here, but if they can get the gun or any picks, it'd be worth it in the end, but it gets nothing, and they're gonna have to go out back through main.
That Uber literally gets nothing. Like, what can you do?
Oh, there it is, the SBS though.
So does he get?
In the meantime, Power with a 2K buys some time for his team, taking out Sar and Moist. So Sniper no longer an issue. Goes down Construed from the window as well. So Power does a really great job here.
Oh, does Virgil burn out here? Oh, Virgil, you gotta run for the pack. Virgil, go for it. Gets it right at the end. That was almost a disaster. Took a little bit longer to realize what should have happened there. And I mean, great job by Froggy to not lose their med there. I thought Virgil was dead to rights, but they barely get out and keep the Uber out here, which is going to be, you know, not as big as maybe in a different point that isn't as such a rat hole, but
it's Jerry's. That's a really big thing to have here when you're on Uber dis. If Jerry can pop this out when the Uber comes in, his team's going to be very, very tanky in the face of a far Uber.
Spam just trying to come into upper. Sar angling for that SBS. Percy gets stabbed though. That's just as good. Defensive Sniper is dead. Uber comes out right now. Ray sitting at 80. If they don't lose too many people, they're going to have to use back out. Cart not super close.
Pickles taken low. Big jump by 300 up top. Does a lot of damage. Now the Uber is out here to solo onto the heavy for now. They're trying to get out and onto Cart. Oh, 2 more kills onto Sar and Pyrus up top. He's on a 5.
Oh, they're going to call it. Cart's so close.
It's Demo Man. Townsie's going to burn out. Soldier on top. Jerry does a ton of damage. Takes down Virgil. And the sentry from Exa is in the window. It's 1 HP. If only they knew. They could chip it. Shotgun onto Sar. DC. They're going to win.
Oh, that was dangerously close for Squirtyay. You did a really good job carrying that Uber back.
Exa was so cheeky at the end there. If anyone was alive, that Centurion could have been enough to play off of.
Yeah, that was a really close. That cart got it was no longer angled. It was parallel with the ground right when they finally cleared them off of it, and just almost a lapse of concentration cost them that round and those points. But Squirtyay able to pull it back together, come back on the backs of really solid performances. I want to say a lot by Pajaro. Really had a good half. Percy as well, really high up on that scoreboard. I mean, yes, lost the SVS right at the end there, but
when he shuts down Sar for an entire half, Sar's bottom scoring the entire server, everybody. He's the lowest performing player in the whole server, including heavies, engineers, offensive scouts, you name it. Sar did not have the half he wanted to.
Correct. Yeah. Really not exactly what you're looking for. But now we're all tied up, right? Just the best of 1 remaining, and you know, it's gonna be Froggy on the offense, and really what I'm looking for Squirtyay to do here is to continue to shut down the pick classes. We've seen Pajaro really start to, you know, warm up over the course of this game, but you cannot continue to allow Construed to just roll your team.
Yeah, Construed is winning point after point for them, and if you give him the opportunity, he very clearly will come and take it and, you know, get his team rolling. One thing I want to point out that we haven't, you know, mentioned too much, like we've called the banners, but the Soldier v Soldier has been really interesting this match because both of them are playing really hard away from their team, taking a lot of flank positions, fighting. Honestly, 1v1s. We've seen so many Soldier 1v1s that have ended in trades or one living with 1 HP. Soldier on Upward is an interesting class where you can do a lot, but you need to make sure that you're coordinating with your team, because if you're alone, you will just die.
Yeah, you need that protection. You can't just be playing out on your own the entire time. I mean, what? No, Pickles isn't spec. I was wondering if we lost someone, but yeah. Do we have logs up? We do.
Staring at the Dolphin logs right now on the cast. Townsie's still doing a lot of damage with Pickles a bit closer. Mostly it's because Townsy, 100 DPM lower, he was getting focused a bit more, getting shut down a bit more. Both scouts, I want to point out, are under 170 DPM, which it's payload, it's upward, but I don't think we've seen either scout and Ubers too much here. I think maybe they've gotten like 1 or 2 Ubers like over the course of the game so far. but both teams taking really heavy pyro demo, even heavy Ubers right now.
SAR had 13 deaths, right? 7 in the SBS.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
4 to the Spy. Guess who the other 2 were to?
Medic and Engineer. One's Engineer for sure,
No,
right? Because of the shotgun.
Both DZ.
Both
Which
DZ?
is, yeah, so you see, okay, 11 out of 13 that's classes, that's good. Who got the other 2? Engineer? Okay.
Yeah, the Engineer picking the Sniper. Pretty normal.
I mean, when you've got the, cojones to just run into upper and shotgun the heavy and the Sniper on 5 health and then just walk out, it's pretty simple for DZ Creeper. So again, looks like teams are, going to take this time, really want to strategize things over, since if you're Froggieland and you win this match, you basically guarantee yourself at least 3rd seed. I would argue, because Squirtyay not going to have a real opportunity to jump you to get back in.
Unless
so you're looking at least 3rd seed.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, barring any, major collapses, they'll at least avoid playing fast forward with Matt this ad. Assuming fast forward finishes up the season strong.
Fast forward.
Fast forward. My bad. I'm invoking an ancient evil.
Yeah, meanwhile, if you're Squirtyay, you are so glad you got this win on the board, because with this round, it becomes pretty much a lock that you're in playoffs. I don't want to say for sure, right? Because again, you could throw every round for the rest of the season, but with this, they're barring the result of the RR match, they're 9 points up on RR, and they have the 9-0 over them, like you said. So this pretty solidly puts them in position to take that 4th seed.
Yeah, and I mean, Squirtyay is already 3-1, right? So they have this match against Froggy, Asheville against Mountain Standard Time, and then Steel against Fast Fourth left. The match against Fast Fourth for them shouldn't really matter too much if things go well. Even if they get 9-0'd there, that's kind of within expectations, where at this point, their goal is making playoffs. Should they win this match, right? That's when you start thinking, okay, maybe can we jump Froggy for 3rd seed? But one thing at a time, one thing at a time for them. But
yeah, right
again, with this, it almost locks them 4th seed unless they really should they drop another 3 rounds against Mountain Standard Time. That's going to open things back up for somebody help who will also need to 9-0 their remaining matches if they really want a chance for it. Admittedly, they played the entire top 4 teams in their first 4 weeks, so they get to finish off against Mountain Standard Time, After Dark, and RR. But again, full 9-0 sweeping those 3 teams is easier said than done if you're somebody else.
All right, let's play a little game here. Anyone can join in. Everyone is free to guess which pit class player will get the first multi-kill of the next round.
Define multi-kill.
2 kills or more. At the same time.
Okay.
Like 10 seconds of sniper or like a chain stop or a wildcard, right? Just you'll know if you see a multi-kill, right?
Well, I mean,
2 headshots within 5-10 seconds of a sniper. Or a spy hitting a chain.
I'm seeing some construed in chat. I respect the daringness of that. I'm gonna take the lowest hanging fruit possible, and I'm gonna say Percy.
Nice defensive sniper.
Real bold. Yep, that's why I don't go to parties.
Yep, and it will be Squirtyay come out here trying to make their defense work. They pushed a 610, 620 last round. On their first time set, and then barely managed to hold it, right? So if you're coming back on defense here after you nearly lost that 620 time, you're trying to shore it up, right? And we mentioned that some teams, when they have the pace set for them, or when they set their pace, they might relax a little bit. I feel like Squirtyay might benefit a little from starting defense here, because I feel like they'll fight a little bit harder, knowing that we very clearly are holding average 6.5 to 7 minutes right now. We really need to fight for these points.
4, 3.
And they also have fresh in their memory what Constru's doing to them.
And it looks like it's me versus chat right now, as everyone in chat has called Construed.
Well,
so
let's see if he can do it. Oh, he died instantly.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, Percy has about 10 seconds before Constru has a chance at it. They're running it fast for a bomb over the top. Townsend with the parachute.
The bonk! This is the tech, Zag! This is the tech!
They're trying to get damage onto the medic right now, but it really doesn't do anything. They get 0 damage done. It's an interesting thought, but...
The thing is, though, is the bonk, now your scout goes back, kills the telly, and exists as a gremlin on hill. For anyone who spawns now, you're gonna have to go back, yeah. I mean, ideally, right, you coordinate it where your scout bonks to take, pressure during the sack. Here's Biceps the gun.
Sacking again. Look at this.
Yep,
Townsend's
going
sky.
on top.
He's gonna die.
Get wrangled down. Nothing on that.
Percy got one step with the exit. If he gets one in the next 5 seconds, I'll count it a multi-kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a multi-kill. Still going.
The Uber was used too. They got the force out on 3. I didn't even realize that. So I guess the sack worked out. I'm not sure what forced that Uber out, but it worked. So full ad right now for Froggieland. They're gonna have Virgil come out of spawn. We're gonna use this Uber in here.
Yep, and Contra waiting on the hill trying to get Sapin, but he is scouted out by the scout, gonna get chased down. They're trying to jump back right now. They don't want to. They're trying to back out early. It looks like for Squirtyay. Here's Head. We're gonna go down to the Wrangler here, but only a couple players left in. They're just leaving. Look at the bomb. Ray taking low. Constra's in. Finds DZ. Can he double up? He will end up going down to Jerry, so gets the engineer at least. And there's the remaining players, TK and Nurks, are cleaned up. So Medic will stay alive. Ray with a pretty good surf there to keep her life for now, and that's gonna be first given up. Pretty large amount of time though. You're happy with that if you're Squirtyay, but you need players.
I was gonna say, what's the time?
Shot. He hits it.
Hits it. The Freedom Bomb!
That pick is insane. 96% onto Ray, ends up dying to Freelander. That was a solo mission, and he did exactly what he needed to. So with that, Froggy have a one-way ticket into second.
In comes in Jerry from behind. Can he follow up? Misses one rocket onto Virgil, gets the second. No air shot for the bonus points, but does what he needs to, go back and trades the medic back. That said, with so much forward pressure, even without the medic, they're all of Squirtyay gonna be forced to play tracks right now. Sar gets one shot onto Nurks. Freelander will go down, but they're so pressured out right now. It's hard to imagine they're gonna actually have to stop this cap. Percy going for whatever kills he can, but not gonna find anything. Forced back into third. And a phenomenal snowball there off the back of that bomb. Pickle's gonna get stabbed by Construed, so no one's doubled up yet. Percy found Townsend.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has doubled up yet. Both all pick class getting a lot of picks, but they're only one-offs, so we'll see if we can get the first 2K. In the meantime, there's going to be a walk up here for the cart. Virgil has about a 50% dis at 40%, so going to have to charge up a bit as the cart rounds up the first bend here. Nerf's holding into bucket. Jerry, he's been alone on catwalk for most of the defense here, so if he can stay alive, build this banner, he'll be a really big boon for his team.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how much I like Virgil playing this far out onto tracks. Feels like he may be vulnerable to a collapse, should they call it. But Sar's going to find Percy, so no defensive sniper opens up a ton of ground here. Yate on cart, going to look to try to clear some people out. But lots of damage to me. Jerry goes down. No soldier, no scout. Pajaro on cart, they're going to try to get the kill onto Sar. Sar has an injury with...
Townsend's calling for the Uber right now. They're going around the corner here. Where's TK to try to blast this one off? Will get the flash. Gets denied, though, by Pyrus. Pyrus finding a lot of space for his team with his flashes. No one going to go down directly in the Uber, although in the backline, Conchu not able to find the kill on the NG. In the meantime, Percy is back alive and sniping down Moist. So Heavy is dead, but with bucket control held by Freelander, looks like Froggy are going to be able to walk up and take this point.
It's funny to me because it feels like Squirtyay is playing better than they have, and yet the results are still worse.
Yeah, I mean, losing your meta at 96% on second voids any time you could get from there. So it's 4 minutes through 3. If they had one Uber on second, right, that's 5. You're thinking it's pretty okay, but now they're in danger of getting that 6-7 minute time against them. So gonna have to bring something together on last.
If you're going to take out that dispenser, open up the potential route for a spy. I mean, the thing is, though, that even if you get the dispenser blocked down, your pyro's at spawn, which just makes it so much easier to deal with the spy check. But destroying the dispenser still has value because it just draws attention. Concert, though, will make it up, goes for the decloak.
He's going to get
find anything. Oh, he with the stab, gets the sap, though. That's enough. That's enough is getting the gun. Ubers are going to be traded out by main right here. Pickles, are they going to drop down? Doesn't look like they are going to maintain the high ground, but they get the gun. Marcus now, or Freelander, they're looking to keep the gun down. Now let him rebuild that, and they can potentially get ground.
We'll get shot down by Freelander's rocket.
Oh, Townsend's at the spawn!
Yeah, a lot of kills coming in though. Percy getting his third kill of his life, winning the SVS, and that's big. Doubles it up, gonna take down Exa there. And now with that, the offense has to get out of dodge. They just have to vacate their place out of tiles. It's just Moist controlling the spiral side where it's easy access.
DZ gets the gun and the NG. Yeah, that's gonna stop the level 1 from being built anymore. But still, no one too far forward right now. Not too much hard time gained from Froggieland.
Headshot onto Percy, he's buffed, so he'll get another chance at life. Meanwhile, we do see Townsend walking in on cart, trying to get some spam onto the balcony. Pickles responding in kind, and Townsend takes too much damage and goes down.
Pajaro looking to try to get a cheesy decloak on cart, gets bumped, but doesn't realize it as Nomo goes down right after. Pajaro going to try to find Virgil, so retreats into her team, and Pajaro will get taken out in lower.
They gotta be careful.
Yeah, they're
Construct's
down
in the
4.
back
No
line
sniper,
here.
too. Sar has free reign in tiles. They have to watch out. Cart's getting really far over there. Uber's going to be used out. We're only at 90.
Pyrus splits the medic from the rest of the Uber. Pyrus will get taken down by some pipes, and a good reflect from TK takes down
Exa has the gun. Exa has the gun in tiles.
They need to get that with anyone, but now the Uber is in for Froggy. This should be it. The level 3 gun, gonna deny the soldier. They do take down Technomo off the cart, but the frags are rolling in as the heavy is in spawn. Yo, Jerry, TK, all gonna go down. It's Virgil on the cart, and now Paharo, the only one who can deny at all, tries his best, but his best not gonna be enough, and that's gonna be the cap. 6:15, that's the time they were worried about.
I mean, Squirtyay just capped 6:22. This is 7 seconds faster. We've basically got a repeat of what we just saw. So
yeah, the question is
what
Squirtyay did replicable?
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
I mean, I think they're playing better. If Freelander doesn't hit that air shot onto Virgil, I think you're looking at 7-8 minutes potentially. They get so much more momentum in second. They got more momentum in third.
Yeah,
really
the
would have a
Freelander pick
snowball
really
effect.
was everything there. That buys them at least a minute, if not more, like you're saying. And now Squirtyay, they gotta do it in 6:15. They gotta put up the fastest time we've seen tonight here. Otherwise, this one's gonna go in favor of Froggy after their hard work.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Yeah, just it's so close, and 6 minutes is such a time where, you know, you're thinking it's fast, but it's definitely doable. But you need to have your foot on the gas the entire time. Maybe you get 1 second on first, and if it doesn't get anything, you're already kind of on the back foot. I like the SAR on the cheeky little elevated spot on playground to try to get some extra vision onto that right side.
I'm not actually seeing a sniper used in a match. He probably has. I just haven't noticed it. But yeah, like you said, he's going for that cheesy, easy shot, so he can get it down.
What's his POV there? 'Cause I'm trying to
I
find
think
his...
it's the main stairs.
No,
fast
it's
exchange.
yeah,
They're
it's
gonna
just the
fast
right
exchange here. Razor, yeah, they're gonna pop immediately onto the sentry
I
gun
like
from
this.
Exa. It's taken down very low. One more sticky, but it does get rescued in time. Great play by Exa there. In the meantime, Pickles has gone down to Townsy's stickies in the post Uber. Really well placed. Doubles up onto TK. That fast Uber, it did catch him off guard for a bit, but the response is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to lose too many people, though, on the back out. They found TK. That's going to be the only kill, but it gets the defensive Uber out. The gun, however, is still alive.
Well,
But Percy finds SAR. That's the SVS pick that you need. Townsy now can play on hill without too much worry. Just get as much famine as he wants. Pajaro gets the telly. Gun slowly getting chipped down. Healed back up by Exa. But yeah, no sniper. They're going to have to, they're just going to have to leave. Percy finds Virgil on the back out.
And that
That's so good.
counter-espionage onto Construct, and he gets out for a dodge anyway, so that's 2 picks. One onto the medic. They can do so
Technomo
much
takes
with
him
this.
out all the way
Freelander's
down
going
to
for the
the-
pick. He wants the man. One more rocket would do it. He hits it, but not enough range. Barely doesn't crater. Freelander tries his best, but his best was not enough.
He tried to replicate that magic from the last half. Doesn't quite have it.
If he
But
had
SAR
not the
landing...
black box there, he gets it too.
Yeah, SAR gonna land the shot onto Pickles. Will slow a lot of this forward momentum right now for Squirtyay. Exactly the kind of, you know, damn, like, just momentum stalling pick that they need. As they still have to play on the passive hold, but it's not a total roll without a demo man to spend this level 3 out from Exa, who's just got the Wrangler pointing to the sky, watching for the high
He's
bombs.
gonna sap this when they go. He's just gonna trade his life to get the sapper so they can go insta-kill it. Jerry misses his high bomb. That could be a disaster, but sapper is on. Jerry now gets around the top. They're trying to get some kills here, but TK does a really good job of denying for now, or Pyrus rather, and now the cart stat comes in. No Uber had for Froggy, which means this one's gonna be a freebie for the side of Squirtyay. Freelander dies in the window, not able to keep his banner charge, although Virgil will be out alive with Uber ad. Pajaro walking in, tries to get a pick. He almost had the heavy.
I respect the attempt there. I mean, I think I'm not a fan of Pyrus thing as long as he did when the cart was already capped. As now, Percy finding a shot on Technomo going to make even more down right now. Lots of spawns coming up, but even down onto TK. That said, Virgil has ad though. That was what they got from Pyrus sacking his life on second. The cart decently far up, but not at the ramps yet.
Aggressive there.
But Construct in.
And
Oh,
Townsy's
Nerf's
dead.
gonna come to a trap. Yeah, Townsy's dead. That's gonna be really big. They really need to rely on Pyrus to stuff any sort of pressure that comes in here as the car going up the first ramp right now. Still 4 minutes left on the clock. This has been a blazing time. Jerry getting forward into U-turn, gonna jump onto Moist, get more damage, and TK
They get him.
gonna be able to finish him off.
Pajaro's in the backline, going for the sniper pick. It's easy. He's going to take down SAR immediately. Doesn't get the sapper, but tons of picks. DZ goes down on the other
They're
side.
so
no
close.
one's pushing
Townsy's
the
back in.
card.
They have to use for space here.
Yeah, they're gonna try, but they're losing players. It's only 5 alive for Froggy. They're trying, and they will get the Uber out. Townsy!
Townsie's getting a drop!
Oh, he gets flushed just in time, but the Uber, can it be salvaged at all? They're still down 4. The answer is no, they have to just leave. That Uber was used, and they can't get any kills.
Jerry jumped up the forward spawn and is meeting them behind in tiles! That's so big! Can he get it? No, it has to be... It's Pyrus, the one player who stopped Virgil from dying, happens to be there walking up backstairs. Is Pickles, but Ray goes down too. That's a little bit over-aggressive.
They going so far forward, and they just did not expect the Tomislav Heavy silently revved on that staircase. Kills 3, or 2 rather, with the help of his pyro. So that stops momentum for now. That said, 240 all the way up here. It's been a blazing time for Squirtyay, and they are definitely favored here once they can get their Uber. They just need to make a push that works in the end, and it will be the tiles hold for Froggy.
DZ trying to rush in, replicate the magic from last time. The body shot coming and not going to find anything. Concert will go down, but he gets Percy for it. At least Pickles taken out as well. No demo spam, and I mean the tiles hold is set up right now, but 2 minutes is a lot of time for some goofballs to happen.
Yeah, Pajaro going to be underneath stairs right now. We'll see what he decides to do. In the meantime, Uber going to be up for Ray in just a bit, up to 75%. If you are Squirtyay here, you have to think, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go back stairs, front stairs? Do you want to
they just run Pyrus down in the front spiral, though. They have the entirety of the front spiral. The front tiles taken in. Freelander's dead as well, yeah. Waiting for the pack, not going to be able to get it. No help coming. They're down 2. Percy getting really aggressive right now in the peaks. Not going to find Townsend, but
He can't hit the stab. That was so close. If he hit that one, that would have been game over.
Maybe not quite, but definitely, yeah. Puts so much pressure. Uber coming up backstairs. They will use on Moist, though. Good job body blocking this. Going to be forced to go down. Sticky's staying just as a kind of a carpet, but they have the heads up to back away from them. Moist going in a little bit too aggressive, yeah. Got baited by the Spoo right there. As Pajaro and Ray so low in Harry Potter, but they're not dead yet.
He gets Townsy, and with the double man down, they can walk for free. DZ gets melee down by Virgil, but it's only 25%. Ray gets a 2. Constantine finds 3. Ray dead. Pajaro, Pickles all dead. It's not enough though. It's just Freelander. What can he do? Air blast onto him. He's off the cart. 1 HP on both these players. The scout is clean. Just enough. It's just DZ. What can he do? Can he kill the heavy? DZ creeper. Big 2K coming in, and now he's on the cart. Nerf's supposed to spawn. Spy is here, but a big rocket from Freelander clears him off with their second over and over again.
Oh my Jesus, Zach, what a catastrophe we're witnessing here. Construd gets 4 there to set up the save. Townsy sitting in the heavy spot, getting sticks on cart just to deny. Bomb coming in up top, not going to find anything, and Construd again finds 3! Construd snapping his fingers, and they're disappearing, Zach. It's happening. That could have been twice now, and Construd pulled 7 kills and 2 lives to keep this defense alive for Froggieland. Townsy now back up and upper, sticks on cart.
DZ's trying to clear them and get the tap. He doesn't want to roll back at all. He'll give his life for it. 10 seconds. They have to go all in. Raise 80%. It will not be enough time. Freelander with a 2K from heaven. They're stacking it, but the stack is not enough. 9 players left with Froggy. They stand tall and they defend it with their last breath. That's going to be a 2-1 win in favor of Froggieland, coming down to the absolute wire.
That was unbelievable. The goofy plays happened in tiles, and Construd, through sheer force of will, kept that cart from going in the pit. It went horizontal again on the top there, and it was just enough. The 4 kills from Construd were just enough to slow it, just enough, so that the kills coming in, I think it was from from Technomo and Freelander, able to stall just in time for Townsy to get up, to finally get some level of control back over it. And then, on the next wave, Construd finds 3 again in the backline. An absolute bedlam on the last point, but Froggieland are just barely going to come out ahead.
Freelander, when he came up on his life trying to defend that at the very end, he was on black box. He jumped onto the cart. He only had 2 rockets. He took both players to 1 HP. If they lost because he was on black box there, that would have been such a shame. But in the end, the damage was enough. They got that cleanup, like you said, and they just narrowly get across the finish line for the 2-1. That was so close.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to feel for Squirtyay, right? They looked really outmatched in that first half and just gradually got better and better as the game went on, but so did Froggieland. And while they were able to snag that half, and I mean, again, as we said, puts them in a really good spot to ensure that they'll at least make playoffs. You know, were they to win that, they could maybe look at an upset next week against League of Lemons, who's, again, looked really mortal this season. Maybe sneak in, get that 3rd seed, avoid having the 1 seed, but Froggieland ultimately gonna walk out of this one with the win, but a lot closer than I think either of us expected this to be.
I wonder. Okay, so we mentioned like playoff maps a lot and like what maps teams can consider their strength. I'm really not sure if the upward strength was like as pronounced as it would appear by the teams pushing really fast. I do think they had a lot of good ideas on upward. We saw some interesting sacks come out. We saw aggressive plays, especially from Froggieland when they had the space and sometimes when they didn't, right? I don't know if either of these teams wants to take upward into playoffs though.
Yeah. If anything, I feel like maybe it's a map 3 by if one of the teams is feeling confident on it by their scrims, but yeah, not something I think is going to be looked forward to by the teams. It's just how close things are. I mean, should Squirtyay play Froggieland with a lower seed? I doubt they'd ban it.
Yeah, like they'd be happy with flipping it again.
I doubt it'd be something Froggieland would definitively pick, unless it comes down to a map 3 between upward and something that they really don't want to play. Not sure what that would be. Maybe a product? Maybe? But, yeah, I doubt if we see either of these teams play this map again in playoffs, or at least, pick it themselves. So, that said, though, man, I thought we were in for a bit of a snoozer after that first half, but that really heated up.
Yep. Final logs for the combined on your screen right now. Townsy, consistent 450 DPM, continues to be one of the more impressive Bellman in Invite this season. I think there's very few times where I generally feel like he's doing a bad job, right? Like, obviously, he can be playing better in some places, everybody can, but I really do feel like he's one of the strongest Bellman we've seen.
Oh, no. Oh, look at the pick classes in that last log. Percy 15 and 6, Sar 15 and 5, okay. And then Construed 13 to Spoos 3, tied with his medic and frags.
That's pretty impressive that a medic got 3 frags.
Yeah, Ray got a scout, a pyro, and a spy kill. Pyro got a heavy, a sniper, and a spy.
There you go. Same
both
impact.
Both at that 3.
Same impact, but one of them healed people. Yeah, but that one was really good, and I'm not sure if we have updates from around the league. It could make things interesting if anyone threw tonight. But yeah, that was just a really good game across the board. And let's see what next week's map is gonna be.
It's Asheville.
Ooh, Asheville. And what's our cast?
Fast 4 4-0 Mountain Standard Time is the only thing that's in right now. Which
yeah, pretty expected. Yeah.
Next week we're probably looking at Froggy versus Lemons.
Yeah, that one probably the best one.
If Squirtyay hadn't taken a round here, I'd almost say we could look at Help versus RR, because I don't think we casted RR this season. Because that may have had more playoff implications, but I think Somebody Help's star has dimmed quite a lot here. And meanwhile, Froggy versus Lemons is looking like going to be the fight for second versus third seed.
Yep,
keep in mind, Froggy, it was Koth versus Payload, but Froggy took Fast Fourth to 3 rounds. When they played, Lemons didn't take a half on Vigil. So, by transitive property...
Oh, yes.
Which, is always correct and has never failed ever in the history of TF2, is that is going to be a really close match on paper. So, I think we're going to look at that one.
Yep, in the meantime, that one was a banger. I'm going to go rewatch some of the clips from that one, especially at the very end. I want to see exactly what happened from the Dolphin point of view, because everything was crazy. We were looking at everything, I know that. So, yeah, I don't really got anything else there.
I was just watching Construed show up in the kill feed over and over and over again. I thought about this in the beginning and I forgot about it during the cast, but if anyone's seen the one of Spoo's videos with the Biden and Trump AI, that was kind of touched on a little bit of these two teams playing, so.
Oh, was that the preemptive shit talk?
Potentially, yeah. So,
Well, yeah, but then he got 3 frags in the third half. So
yeah, I know.
What's the purpose there?
There was a certain line in that about Construed, which I'm not allowed to repeat on the air, but ended up coming true. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So that was a Super Saiyan performance by Construed on last there, and I mean that's what's gonna be remembered from this, as these two teams will more than likely meet again in playoffs.
Yeah, either for the second, third, if it comes to it, or just that third, fourth place match for placement and some prize money. It could be a grudge match. Who knows?
Oh, I think it will be, but yeah, really good match, and but I think we will wrap it up here. So, Zach, anything left from you?
No, I'm good. That one was a pretty good match overall. Really glad we got to see it on air.
satisfied. It didn't go too long either. I mean, it was 2-1, right? It's almost 11, but didn't feel like it.
Fast
It
rounds.
dragged. Yeah, fast rounds. No pauses. We did it.
Yeah, no pauses.
We did it. Shout out to the teams. That's my shout out this week. Shout out to the teams for not needing to pause. So, good job by them, and I think that'll do it from us. So, see you next week. Should be Lemons versus Froggy. And have a good night, and thank you for watching.